Join me for some bright and eclectic fun making this really, really, absolutely mad pouch. Join me for the show. So I've got my very pink art journal here, and it needs decorating inside, and I've got a little note here, make a scrap pouch. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make a little pouch so that I can start keeping bits and pieces that I want to decorate the pages with. So I've got this little bundle here, but this will get lost on my desk if I don't have somewhere to put it. And I've got plenty of space that I can just slot in an envelope and keep my gorgeous little scraps and have fun playing with them. So I've got this piece of paper here, so I'm going to use this as a base, and just to, well, actually what I need to do is measure. I want it to sort of go inside here, and I've kind of got an idea that this is going to be the right size, because if I fold this up to about here, I could actually do it this way. Yes, this way would be much better. So if I fold it to here, so I want my envelope to be popping out the top so I can see it. So that's a really good size there. So it's just popping out the side, and then I can see here that I just need to cut it about there, and I will have a decent sized pouch. So let me just move this board out the way. And let's go cutting. So I'm going to start off with the right size, which is not like me, but let's have a go doing that. So let's have a look. So if I pop this sort of in the middle there, then I'll be able to see it, and I can always put something on the top. And I am obviously going to use scraps, and I'm going to go ahead now and create a sort of messy masterboard. And I think what I'd like to do is put some watercolour card there. But I think I'll cover it anyway. I'm going to cover it all, and then I can sort of stick some art and things down on it. So I'll speed up the video and we'll have a play. And I think what I'll also do is, I think I will use some scrappy bits of fabric as well. So I'm going to pop those on first. And they'll need to go on the bits that are white, because these are quite thin pieces of material. So I'll just have a couple. So I'll have that there, and I'm thinking actually I could just do something I haven't done before. Should we do something I haven't done before? Why don't I do it all material? I don't do it all material because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. But it would be fun, wouldn't it, if I collage bits of material on. I could do material on one side, and then I could do paper on the other. That's a good plan. Okay, let's do that then. Let's grab all my bits and stick them on, and then I will stitch them, and then on the other side I will then collage a load of paper. I'm just going to go through my box of scraps I've got in the front of me here. I've got plenty of scraps, that's for sure. So you're probably going to see the underneath. I really don't think that matters. So I think what else I'll do is just cut lots of bits and then see how we go. I'm going to use a glue stick and I'm just going to stick these down randomly, avoiding all the edges so that I can then stitch around them. And the only way I know how to do this is by stitching the pieces individually and then adding more and just layering one on top of the other. That's what I'm thinking of doing. So if I do these bits first, I'm just going to make this a bit smaller. Okay, so I'm going to go and stitch around all those, messy, and then I'll come back and do some more. So it's a little bit more work to go around each one individually, but it's a lot of fun. And I haven't bothered going around the outer edge of each patch because I will do that at the end anyway. The other thing to consider is what you're going to do on the other side. So obviously it looks quite a hot mess at the minute. So I'm planning on adding scraps to the other side. But then if I wanted to do mixed media, then there would be the potential for the mixed media to go through to the material. So the way around that would be to do a separate piece and then glue them together. Or you can just add mixed media pieces onto the base, which is probably what I'm going to do. So I'm going to carry on now, sticking down more material and building this up to a point on where it's ready and the first side is done. While you're watching me place these layers together, I wanted to share a little bit about my recent trip to Birmingham. I went to see Guns N' Roses in concert, which was absolutely amazing and a total dream come true. I think I cried through most of the concert. But I also spent a couple of days up there exploring several of the city's vibrant markets, and they were just teeming with colour and pattern and so much creative energy. The markets are also filled with hidden treasures, so if you're ever thinking of going up that way, it's well worth it. I saw stalls piled with vintage textiles, quirky fabric remnants and unique trims. And it's where I found most of the material for this pouch, which was in the Bullring market. I love collecting scraps from different places because then every piece in the journals that I add them to has a story behind it, just like the journal itself. And I guess I do prefer to use fabric rather than maybe junk items from sort of everyday packaging, such as crisp packets and sweet packets and things like that. One of the particular markets, the Red Brick Market, which, oh, what a treasure trove for anyone seeking vintage items and handmade treasures. I spent hours in there to my friend's disgust because she absolutely did get very annoyed with me. But oh, for anyone seeking vintage items and handmade treasures, that is the place to go, the Red Brick Market. And I picked up some gorgeous vintage ephemera and clothes. And I also wanted to mention that usually in July, I take part in the Junk Journal July Challenge, which was hosted by Meg Journals along with Junk Journal January. But sadly, they are finished now. So feeling a little bit lost, I joined in another challenge for this month with an artist on Instagram known as Inky Mia. Inky Mia is a talented mixed media artist based in Sweden, and she's well known in the creative community for a vibrant and eclectic approach. I absolutely adore her work, and I think you'll see that I have been experimenting a lot more with colour recently, and that's all down to Inky Mia. She often blends diverse techniques and materials, gorgeous, cute little watercolour florals, collage, gel printing, and she just manages to bring bright colours and the vintage aesthetic together, which I really admire in her work. And her work is instantly recognisable and full of personality. So I'll leave a link to her Instagram channel in the description of this video. We've been working together each day in July, creating a little piece of art, just one journal page at a time, or a piece of ephemera. Anything really went when it comes to just being able to do something creative in July, because for most people, it doesn't matter what you are, but most people in July, they've got kids at home and it is absolutely hectic. And it is incredible how much creativity you can unlock with a simple daily practice. Sometimes it may be a burst of colour, sometimes it's just a little experiment, but all those moments really do add up. It's been a fun way to make July extra creative and connect with others doing the challenge as well. We've been using the hashtag one page at a time in July, and I think I've created nearly every day this month so far, so I'm really chuffed with my progress. And I will be doing a flip through of my collage journal at the end of July so I can show you the pages that I've created. I don't think I will have finished the whole collage journal, but I've certainly gone through a lot of the pages and I'm really chuffed with what I've been able to create. I'm also really excited to say that Mia and I are also planning something special for October. We can't reveal all the details just yet, but there's definitely more relaxed fun ahead, and I'll be able to share what we're working over on the next few weeks. So keep an eye out if you want to join us for something relaxed and creative leading up to that, well, let's just say Christmas frenzy. Well, it's eclectic, if nothing else. It's a bit wild, and I'm sure there's other bits I could stitch, but for now I think I'll just go with the flow on that one. So it's kind of going to go like that, or like that. I don't think it matters, probably like that. And I was thinking about the closure before I put the bottom layer on. It's not exactly straight, is it? Let's get my journal out. Right, so I don't want this bit too high, otherwise I won't be able to get things in and out. So that's a nice size. So it needs to be a bit like that. And okay, so that's my size. And what do I want to do for the closure? Button, something faux there, like a faux button would be nice. I've probably got big buttons somewhere. Have a quick look. So I found these, quite good fun, so why not use them? So I was thinking of doing that and then kind of wrapping it round. Do you think they get lost a little bit? I don't know. I feel like I need something really big. That's the thing. So maybe they do get lost a little bit. Yeah, I think I'll do a little bit of a collage and do some faux buttons. So I'll grab my scraps and give that a go. So I've got some scraps of paper here. So let's start using these up. Sorry, cardstock these are. So I'll do a few. Yeah, I think 3 each should be enough. And then I've got some of this here, so I thought I'd use that. So it's just the messy papers. When I was making my pink journal. I'm just going to glue these together in the middle, and I'll probably stitch around them. Not that I can stitch in a circle, but that will be the fun of it. So I think a larger button looks fun, so let's go with that. I've only just about got enough room there. Okay. That and that looks good like that, and then let's get some dark I think. So we're going for the dramatic look. Okay, I'm going to go and do some messy stitching around those. And the reason why I'm doing this now is that I can use brads, and then I can cover the brads then with the undercover. So some more scrappy stitching. Okay, so I'm going to put some buttonholes there and maybe there. Not exactly in the centre, but we might as well make them both the same. And then we need to mark where they're going to go. And while I was looking for buttons, I found a packet of these. And they're awesome because they're really big. So I'm so happy about that. So it was worth looking for the buttons, for sure. Right, so I'm going to mark this with pen. Goes in there. Now I know I could stitch these, but I would rather put the brads in. Especially as I found them. They were meant to be. I could definitely tell they're not straight. Oh, I do laugh at myself. It's lucky I like the scrappy look. It's a bit like being blind to dust in the house. That's a handy skill to have as well. There we go. So I just need some kind of twine. And do I go with black? Might as well. So this is hemp. I love this stuff. it's going to be enough. Yeah, and he needs to keep it a little bit shut, so that's absolutely fine. So I need to do the inside now, and I've spent quite a bit of time doing this outside, so I kind of need to save a little bit of time and do something really quick. I had set my heart on doing like collage, but well, you're only going to see that bit there really. I kind of think brown paper would look better, so I've got brown paper here, so I think this will be a quicker and better option. And it kind of fits. Yeah, kind of fits. So let's do that. So I think I will go with glue stick. So I'm going to stitch around the edge. Okay, it would be good now to actually get these a bit straighter, I think. I don't want to cut too much off. Pretty straight on that edge, so I'm not too worried about that. That's definitely not straight. That's pretty straight on that edge, so this is going to be a bit tricky to get straight. Maybe if I fold it. Let's give it a go. So I'm a bit short there. But that will be easily fixed with a little bit of material. Okay, so I'll fix that, and I'm going to stitch all the way around. And then the other thing I did think, yeah, I'm just going to round this corner a bit. And yes, I'm going to fix that first, and then I'll do a little bit of distressing. So this is ready to stitch all the way around now, and I've just got a couple of pieces there that I just need to restitch. And what I'll do is I will stitch across there first, and then I'll go all the way around. I'm not going to bother gluing. I don't need to glue. I just need to stitch through it so that it'll become the beautiful pouch that it was meant to be. So here she is with all her glory, and that makes me laugh, actually. I wouldn't mind having some patches in there, but it just isn't required. But I had a lot of fun making this. So it's going to fit in here, probably in the middle, actually. Well, kind of middle is sort of there, but just fits nicely like that. You can see it. Don't really need anything to grab because it sticks out like a sore thumb. Very eclectic. Never made anything quite so colourful before, but now I can hopefully fit my bits and pieces in. And so let's just assemble these. So this is what's going to go on my first page, I think. Excuse me. Excuse me. So what I can do is gather little scraps. And then just do a little bit of folding. And pop them in. And then they'll be nice and safe. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really, really did enjoy making this, even though it took a little bit longer than expected. And I've, yes, whiled away a few hours playing with this, but it was a lot of fun. And I definitely give that a go again. This is just really cheap material, so it didn't matter if I made a mess or not. But yeah, great fun. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will go ahead and make one for yourselves. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.
Born over a fault line, bad teeth and worse habits, high heels in a trailer. If you want it, you should have it. Cracking like a glacier. Any semblance of restraint. Simple observations of a tide